Over 80 people are dead, homes have been swept away, and hundreds remain in danger as Texas faces its worst flash floods since 1987. Many are still unaccounted for, with rescue operations continuing into a third day. Entire portions of land have vanished within minutes and threats of new floods loom. This disaster is pushing Texas to the brink as rising water levels test the state's resilience and the strength of its emergency response.
We've been in touch with Governor Abbott and very close to Governor Abbott and everybody in Texas. Kristi Noem has, as you know, been there and will continue to be there. And we're working very close with representatives from Texas, and it's a horrible thing that took place. Absolutely horrible.
Are you planning to visit Texas, Mr. President?
Probably on Friday.
On July 6, President Donald Trump signed a major disaster declaration for Kerr County, the area hardest hit by the flooding. The move highlights the severity of the crisis and the urgent need for a coordinated response. By unlocking critical federal resources, the declaration makes it easier for authorities to reach those stranded in even the most remote parts of Texas. It also activates federal funding to support ongoing search, rescue, and recovery operations led by state and local agencies. In response to the widespread devastation, local, state, and federal authorities have come together to mount a unified relief effort. Agencies like the Federal Emergency Management Agency are now providing emergency aid, including temporary housing, essential supplies, and infrastructure repairs. FEMA has also opened 7 shelters across Central Texas, offering food, water, and refuge for displaced communities. To ensure a swift and effective response to this tragic disaster, the U.S. government has deployed drones, helicopters, and aircraft across affected areas. Texas Air National Guardsmen are utilizing remotely piloted military drones to aid in the search for missing individuals. Among them is the unarmed MQ-9 Reaper, a highly versatile, remotely piloted unmanned aerial vehicle that is playing a critical role in the rescue efforts. Equipped with advanced technology, the MQ-9 can capture high-resolution imagery and assess flood damage across large, hard-to-reach areas. While typically used for military surveillance missions, in this operation, the MQ-9 is being repurposed for humanitarian search and rescue. As the situation in Texas continues to worsen and more rain is forecast, the U.S. Coast Guard has stepped in to provide critical support. So far, Coast Guard teams have carried out over 850 rescues, with swimmers assisting more than 165 people in flooded areas. Working around the clock, they are playing a vital role in saving lives. The operation includes 3 fixed-wing aircraft equipped with thermal cameras, which are essential for detecting movement and body heat, especially at night or in dense, hard-to-reach terrain. In addition, the Coast Guard has deployed 2 MH-65 Dolphin helicopters to assist with evacuations and aerial support. While Texas continues to reel from the devastation of flash floods, more rain is in the forecast, posing an even greater threat. Authorities have warned citizens to be extremely cautious and not venture out in this disastrous time.
There are dangers over the next 24 to 48 hours that could pose public safety threats to people in these regions. There is heavy rainfall that's already occurred, and there's more heavy rainfall that's expected that will lead to potential flash flooding broadly in these regions: the Big Country, Concho Valley, Central Texas, and once again, Kerrville. The point is this: if you're in any of those regions, you need to realize, for one, you're in an area with land that's already saturated with water. But for another, when more water comes down, it could lead to rapid flash flooding events.
As Texas continues to grapple with catastrophic flooding, President Trump has announced he will likely visit the hardest-hit areas on Friday. Kerr County, the epicenter of the disaster, has reported the highest death toll. Among the most heartbreaking scenes unfolded at Camp Mystic, a nearly century-old Christian summer camp for girls, where several campers and a counselor remain missing. The sudden, violent floods claimed several lives, and tragically, some victims still lie unaccounted for in local morgues.